Hi, welcome back to Lo-Fi Music Theory. It ain't fancy, just effective. This is lesson 17, creating chords from a scale and numbering them. Up to now we've been learning everything individually. We started with chords, worked our way up through all of the basic concepts to just go over scales. And it may feel like they're all separate when you're starting out, but they're not. They're all connected. Chords are built from scales. When you have them, you put them together into progressions, which gives you harmony, which creates the tonality of a key. Over the key, you will play scales. Everything is connected and works together. So let's go deeper and figure out how to build chords from a scale. Okay, we've created a scale. Once again, I give an example of C major because it's easy. So I've got C major written out in the treble clef. It's all white keys, no sharps or flats. You can harmonize a scale to create chords. Every note of the scale can have a chord built on it by harmonizing in thirds. So let's do it rapid fire, all right? C, harmonize with E, harmonize with G. We've got a C chord. All right, next, D, go up thirds. F, another third to A. D chord, E, go up a third to G, a third to the B, E chord, F, a third to A, and up another third to C. G, up a third to the B, and up another third to the D. A, up a third to the C, up another third to the E. Look how easy this is with the lines and spaces. Last one, B, up a third to the D, and then another third to the F. All right, we've now harmonized our scale into chords. Let's come down to the keyboard and play it. Here's our key. All right, or I should say our scale, where we harmonize into chords. All right, we've got a C chord, but look, it's C major because major third. All right, so this is C major. I can leave it alone, uppercase letter. It's the first note of the scale, so it's the first chord. It gets a 1. We use Roman numerals like that. It's a 1 major chord. Come down, next one, D, harmonize in thirds. All right, got a D chord, but look, it's minor third, D minor. So I got to put a little M here. It's the second chord of the scale. All right, we put Roman numeral 2. We do it like this, little dots. That indicates 2 minor. Okay, come down. E. Harmonize with G and B. Okay, E chord is minor, E minor. Okay, minor third. So come back up here. I'm going to label this E minor. Roman numeral 3 minor, like this. Pardon my sloppy writing, lo-fi. 3 minor chord. It's a third chord of our key, F, F-A-C. It's a major third, so it's a major chord. Leave that alone, uppercase letter. Roman numeral 4, 4 major. See how this works? G, G major, major third. Okay, it's G major. Leave that alone. Roman numeral 5, look, it's a little smaller than the other. 5 major chord. Come down here to the A. Harmonizing A. Harmonizing with C and E. It's A minor, right? Minor third. Put a little M next to the A. Roman numeral 6, like this. 6 minor, the 6th chord of our scale. B. Harmonize with D, harmonize with F. Look, that's diminished, minor third, that's a diminished triad, all right? So I put B, D-I-M. Or I could do the little half circle, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep it D-I-M. That's our 7 diminished, that circle, triad, all right? So we've now harmonized our scale into chords. We've got all the chords of the key of C major. Now look. Major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished. That is a universal formula for any major key, all right? So then, now that we've got numbers of these chords, you put them together into progressions. Progressions give you your harmony, and you analyze that with the numbers. So for example, if someone says, this song is the 1 chord, the 5 chord, and the 4 chord, and then back to the 5 chord, and whatever key we're in this case it's C, you'd say, oh, well, I know that means that's the C chord, the 1st chord, the G chord, the 5th chord, the F chord, which is the 4th chord, and back to the G chord, in the key of C. And there's a few thousand songs that use that. That's what the number system means. Whenever someone says, oh, it's these numbers in whatever key, if you understand this, you can figure that out. Let's use another example. One of the most common chord progressions is this. There's 1,000 hit songs that have this. 1, 5, 6, 4. Notice there's one chord difference from this to that. A lot of songs are like that. Okay, well, in the key of C, that is C, G, A minor, and F. Once you understand this, analyzing songs and learning songs is a lot easier, all right? You're just plugging in numbers. We just harmonized the key of C major. We made 7 chords. The next level would be minor. People ask, well, does that apply to minor? The short answer there would be yes and no. Let's go with the yes first. If you remember, every major key has a relative minor, and that starts in the 6th degree of that scale. So if we're in the key of C, the 6th degree is A. That means the relative minor is A minor. I already wrote it down here. Now I moved it to the bass clef just because it'll be easier to see. So A minor scale written out. I've already harmonized everything. We've got all our chords. It's the same chords. We're just starting in a different order. So this is still A minor. This is still B diminished with a little circle. C major, D minor, E minor, F major, and G major. Okay, well, since now this is 1, we just renumber. This is 1, but this is 1 minor. This is 2, but this is 2 diminished. This is 3, but this is now 3 major. This is 4, but now this is 4 minor. This is 5, and now it's 5 minor. This is 6, but 6 major, running out of room, and move up. And this is 7, but now it's 7 major. Now here's where things get into some interpretation. In many styles of music, it's very common to flip between the relative major and relative minor. So people ask, well, do you have to analyze it both ways? There's not a rule on that I found. It's kind of personal preference, but let's just use an example. Let's say we've got a song. And our verse, we have the chords A minor, and then G, and then F. But in the chorus, it flips to C major, G major, and F. So they change one chord to show the variation from the verse to the chorus. Pretty common. All right, well, we're analyzing all of this in terms of the major key. This is the 6 minor. Whoop, switch my marker around. 6 minor. This is the 5 major chord, and this is the 4 major chord. Okay, and then it switches. This is the 1 major chord, this is the 5 chord, and this is the 4 chord. So if you're learning that song or someone's teaching it, they say, oh, well, it's 6, 5, 4 in the verse, and then goes to 1, 5, 4 in the chorus. Simple. But in other schools of thought, they would actually call the verse in the minor key. They would analyze it as minor. It's a little more work, and so it depends on the style of music and what you want to do. But if that is the case, then this is 1 minor in the key of A minor, 7 major, and 6 major. So, like I say, I'll just reiterate. It's kind of personal preference and the style that you're dealing with. But in a lot of popular music, it's just less work to analyze everything in relation to the major key. But at least now you know how the system works. It's all just numbers and plugging those numbers in. Pull back. There we go. Thanks for watching.